Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. And it don't stop.
Can't stop.
Yes, y'all.
Can't stop. Won't stop. Take that. Take that. Take that. Take that.
What's happening, y'all? How y'all doing today?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your boy Sincere Da Vinci,
And it's your boy Jay Honey.
and we are the JaySin podcast. What's happening?
What's happening?
How are you today, sir? Get that beverage in you. How are you?
Yeah, I had to get a drink of water before speaking, but I'm pretty good. It was one of those weird weeks where I made peace with certain folk, and then I made war with certain folk as well. So it was one of those. It was one of those interesting weeks, but either way, we're still here. We're still very much productive, and I'm very much thankful for everything that's going on. I'm thankful for you this morning. I'm thankful, just to be alive and just to be here kicking it, with the pod folk.
Yep, I agree.
Let's just get this show on the road. You dig?
I agree with that. Yeah, this week I was just I was boxing a little bit. I threw up a little bit of the footage just so people could see,
Hey,
I'm back on my feet. It wasn't a show off hand skills or none of that.
no,
I mean, it was just a show I'm back on my feet, and we're gonna talk about that in a second. I'm gonna get to that in a minute too. You know what? Fuck a minute. We're gonna get to that right fucking now.
we talk about it right now.
So
we having an open conversation.
Your boy Freddie Gibbs,
Mm-hmm.
who's been all over, all over the blogs and the internet,
right,
for his beef with academics and claiming he gonna beat up academics, and whether it was real or not. Long story short, he's had his online spat with academics, right. But he also said something not too long ago. I forgot what show he was on, where he was talking about rappers need to stop putting up their boxing videos,
okay,
or their MMA videos, because if I run it, he was like, if I run it, I think his exact quote was like, because if I run into you, if I run into you in the street somewhere, I might have my little homies, want to test your hands.
Of course, right.
Now, two things came across my mind when I thought about that.
Right. When you read it,
two things came across my mind when I heard him say this shit out of his mouth. One of them was, why is it only certain things? Is it only certain things that niggas post that make you want to go test it, or is it everything? Because the way I feel, if you see me post a video of the podcast, that should make you want to go, let me go see what this nigga podcast about.
Right.
So if I posted up a picture of me fucking, would you then send your little homie over to see what the dick was about? Would you be curious about how I'm fucking if I put up a video of me fucking? You'd be like, I see this nigga out here fucking. Let me go see what this nigga dick game about. Is that what you gonna do?
Right. Nope. I mean, you shouldn't. But
why is it because I post something that's now your business to see, to
what it's about,
the parameter of what it's about? Who the fuck made you the judge of what another nigga can and can't post, and what level he should be about? And then I'm gonna take it a little bit even further. You ran into Jim Jones and these niggas this week.
Interesting. I didn't even know that.
Like, Jim Jones ran into.
Wait, so they ran into Capo here in New York? Is what you're saying?
They what's up, Adrian? They ran into Capo here. And
Adrian,
they ran into Capo here with him and his homies, and there was some problems. And apparently, Dipset these niggas beat these niggas up.
Mm.
I wasn't there. I don't know. This is what the streets and what the internet's is saying. This is what I'm being told. I'm just a journalist. I'm a journalist and an artist. I'm not a mind reader. I wasn't
Correct.
there.
Right, of course.
But this is what's being said. So my second question was, how good is the niggas' hands you sending to test these niggas if y'all still getting beat up in the club?
Exactly.
Maybe you need to put them niggas in boxing.
Or MMA.
Or MMA. Or maybe you niggas need to focus on you.
Or maybe they can mind their own business as well.
Exactly.
That works.
Maybe you niggas could focus on you.
That always has worked, actually. Just minding your business. Because it just seemed like he strictly set them up for failure. So, plain and simple.
I know that if my niggas was in the club getting beat up, I would shut the fuck up about what we're doing with other niggas. That's just me. So,
sounds reasonable.
Anyway, we're gonna continue. It seems like we always got one of these every week, and I keep saying this, and then we have another,
and then we have another. Yeah.
We have two of them this week.
Yeah.
One of them being the Kango Kid, R.I.P. the Kango Kid. He lost his life to cancer. It's sad, but he was a legend in the industry.
Definitely.
And it's the sad and the beautiful thing to say when someone kind of goes out like this is it wasn't a quote unquote it was still sad and tragic, but it wasn't tragic while like they were like it was like their life was snuffed from them in some sort of fit of violence or some rage.
Right.
Usually it came peacefully in their sleep. Like it's a level of of peace that comes along with it.
No, of course, definitely. I agree.
So we want to send our condolences out to Kango Kid's family.
Definitely.
Unfortunately, a second death that happened only a couple hours ago. R.I.P. to Drake Hill the Ruler.
Yeah.
Out in Cali, one of the most talented, one of the most talented acts coming out of California and since Kendrick. Like just incredible, bro. He was stabbed in the neck at the Once Upon a Time in LA concert. Apparently there was a altercation in the back that led to him being stabbed, and one of those was him being stabbed in the neck. They tried to save him, but by the time they got him to the hospital,
it's too late.
It was too late. It was gone. He was gone. 50 and Snoop, who were also slated to perform, canceled their performances. And I don't know what you're saying, Adrian. But okay. Whatever, Adrian. Maybe Adrian's speaking now.
Well, we'll put Adrian's words together at the end of the show and figure out what he was talking about.
But yeah, that's sad. That's sad. This is one of those moments where I talked about just now, when a life is snuffed out unexpectedly, just taken from you, and man, that's sad.
It's gut-wrenching all around, for everyone involved, in the projects with these people as well. And sometimes you just wish to have a lot more control over situations like these, but it's something that we just don't have a handle on as humans. And it's going to happen at some point, and it's like we're never going to be prepared for it. Which just sucks. It sucks because you're never going to be prepared from it, from an emotional standpoint, from a psychological standpoint, you're never going to be prepared for death. So it's
No.
something that's just like, it's just gut wrenching all around. And I see a lot of people like on social media, they seem to take death so lightly, but as soon as it hits home, they understand exactly what it's about and they feel it even more. So like I don't understand like this current trend of like making light of, just someone being dead even if they're alive, and like just the way certain people in society just view death is just very bothersome, very cumbersome, and there's just no room for it. No room for it at all. You should be respectful. Even if you didn't know that person, you didn't know what they were about, you still should be respectful if you have any type of morals as a person.
I
And that's
agree.
just a message to those people out there who just take death so lightly or don't care because it's not their family member.
I agree. I feel like these are things that death on a whole is forever. Death on a whole is forever. We don't. That means you never see this person again. You never speak to them again. You'll never hug them again. And for someone who is looking into that person's life, it can still hurt. Like I remember, when Michael Jackson died, I cried. I can remember when Michael Jackson died, I cried because it felt like I lost such an influence on my life. It felt like I almost lost like a uncle figure,
Yeah,
and I had never met the man. So imagine how his children feel. Imagine how his mother feels, his best friend, his wife, his girlfriend. Like, so the fun, the terrible thing about death in general, but especially when it's like this, death is finite. It's not like you die now and like get a do over next week. Death is finite.
that's
That
it.
is it. And if you have not gotten off what you need to get off your chest to somebody, or if you haven't said what you needed to say to somebody, or even if you have and you didn't get a chance to talk it out, or whatever the case may be, you don't get to do it again. That your relationship with that person ends the moment they expire.
Exactly.
So all the shit you wish you could have said, you could have done, the shit you leaving for next week to do, ain't no, ain't no next week.
It's all out the window, basically.
Exactly. If you want to get her flowers,
Do it while they're
get her
alive.
flowers now.
Do it while they're alive.
Let's just appreciate people while they're here, man. Appreciate people while they're here. And the one thing I can say, I have noticed a lot more than before. People are starting to give people their flowers while they're alive. You see
Mm-hmm.
shit like Missy more often. You see things like Dave Chappelle. You
LL
see,
Cool J.
we're starting to see, and we've seen it before with like, but it wasn't as often. It was like maybe once a year at the Grammys you would see them honor one person. Now they're having whole events, like just at whole events just to honor a person because they're still here. I like that. I honor that. I love it, and we need to keep it going.
Yeah, I like that energy, and I think that's something that we should continue exercising. Definitely.
I agree. And BP, I also agree, Adrian.
Yeah,
BP,
BP. I mean,
BP.
sometimes they have some good deals, at the BPs, in terms of gas and stuff like that.
I
So,
thought he meant Black Planet. So,
oh
you
yeah,
know,
I mean
Black Planet.
that's actually one of the first forms of social media that I've ever known in my lifetime, actually.
Black Planet and Mi Gente.
And Mi
Yeah.
Gente too. Yeah, Mi Gente
Mi
was pretty big
Gente.
too in its time. Yeah,
All
but
right.
Black Planet was like the first one that I knew about,
So,
where people
I
were
don't,
getting catfished. And go
yeah.
ahead.
I don't feel comfortable jumping into we're human beings here, and I don't we're not machines. And like I said before, I don't. When we're on convos, when I'm there and I'm not doing the show, I don't spend my time hawking merchandise at you, and I don't want to go on the back of a man's death hawking merchandise at you. So we'll go into, what another topic, and then we will hawk you for merchandise. So let's go into this next topic. Saturday Night Live battles COVID. Last night's episode of Saturday Night Live was almost canceled due to 7 cast members and staff, 4 whom were tested positive, 3 who called out because they did not want to be in the building from the show last night. One being Colin Jost, who Tina Fey stepped in to do Weekend Report with Michael Che. Pete Davidson took the night off with Kim Kardashian. Like, half of the cast was just like, yeah,
we not this
doing
tonight.
it. We're not doing it. Y'all got the vid. Y'all didn't wash our hands.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd was there.
Yeah, I got the Omarion. the Omarion variant.
I think that says a lot to me. That says a lot to me when and 2 of the people that called out were 2 of the new cast members that started this season.
Right.
Excuse me.
Get it all out. Get it all out.
What to me? What that's kind of telling when to me when you think about what that like. Saturday Night Live almost canceled an episode. That was serious.
It was that bad. Things are. Right.
It was that bad. And we're not gonna go into the variant and know that now. I don't want to leave I don't want to leave this year talking about that. This is our last episode of the year, people.
Definitely.
This is our 99th episode.
99th.
We will be back in a couple weeks. We will let you know exactly what date. Don't ask no questions because we don't know.
Exactly.
We will be back with our 100th episode, and then
it's
we will
go away. It's going to be a special one.
Yes.
Definitely.
And then we will go away again because he's going to DR. I'm going to Miami. We are going to live life a little bit. And then we come back, and then we go into the new season, which is going to be great. So. Correct. But we just got to take time, clear our heads. We've been back at this thing, heavily over the course of some time. Deserve to take a couple of weeks off. Y'all niggas don't go to work every day either, so I don't want to hear it.
Exactly. And y'all niggas always looking for an excuse not to go to work anyway. So
exactly. So anybody trying to hit
just give us a little bit of time to brainstorm and just come out with a more improved and better product overall. That's it.
Oh, and Radio City Christmas Spectacular just got canceled for the rest of the year. That's crazy.
With everything that's going on at the moment, a lot of things are getting canceled. A lot of players, a lot of professional players are going into COVID protocols at the moment as well. So that's starting to become a situation of 2020 again, in a sense.
Christmas dead.
Yeah.
It's beginning to look a lot like fuck this.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. But, to everybody out there, just take your precautions, please. Mask up. Don't get too close to folk. You don't need to be getting a seafood boil with 30 people sitting next to you. You don't need any of that. You could order it. You could do takeout. Just protect yourself and your family, and that's it, powerful. Take your precautions and just remain healthy. Stay on your veggies. Drink your water. Stop eating all that garbage you're eating every day.
Mind your business.
And
Don't forget to mind your business. Minding your business is key to living a good life. Drinking.
That's what I said earlier in the podcast regarding Freddie Gibbs. They would have mind their own business. they wouldn't have got fucked up.
Hey, you know what? And you know what's crazy? Like, this isn't so much about Freddie Gibbs, but just about how niggas move around in general. I understand when you moving around having an entourage. I do. I genuinely understand having an entourage. TPPPP, Adrian, I agree. I understand having an entourage when you move around, and what I never got was how you have, like, I was never comfortable with a large group of niggas around me at all times. I don't roll that way. I'm not rolling to the corner store with 40 niggas. Every time I need to move, I'm not moving with 40 niggas. So what's weird to me is that I listen to a lot of these. I listen to especially these rap niggas, and they love to tell, you know, a lot of these niggas tough or whatever, and that's cool. I'm not here to judge you on who's tough or not. I don't care who's tough. Just go get your money and leave me alone, and vice versa.
Right.
But how tough can you be when everywhere you go, you got to keep 50 niggas with you and security? Like, I never understood that. There's 50 niggas everywhere I go and security. First and foremost, you shouldn't even be able to get to me with that many niggas around me.
Nope.
Again, PP, Adrian, I agree.
Yeah.
I don't, whatever it is that you're talking about, Adrian, I got you.
Yeah, you have to add the other P to turn it into the PPP loan.
There you go. So you can get your money.
Maybe he wants to talk about, that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's strange. Maybe, like, but I don't know. That's just me. Like, so.
No, of course. I mean, I think what you're saying makes perfect sense.
Like, and this is for everybody. Like, and I don't hide. I be out and about. So if you ever have a problem with, if anybody's ever had a problem with something I say, you don't catch me with 40 niggas with me.
No,
you're gonna catch me usually by myself. Right. Or I might have Jay with me. I might have like one or two of the homies with me if we're doing something like going to the movies or something. We're not talking about Spider-Man this week. Don't ask us. We're not talking about it.
Right.
We're not talking about Spider-Man this week. So no, we're not talking about it.
No.
We haven't seen it. So fuck y'all.
Exactly.
I want to see it so bad though.
We got shit to do.
I want to see it so bad.
Me
but anyway,
too.
My point is I'm by myself. I don't need 50 niggas around me.
Exactly.
I don't get why you niggas had it. I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't get that part of toughness on their end, or on the people who think about it in that sense.
I get it too.
And there's always one or two or three people that get so hyper, that get so elevated when they're around people that they feel like they have to cause trouble, and they feel like, I don't know, the son of Superman or something like that.
If you still moving like that at our age, you need you gotta reconsider shit, bro.
Yeah, you need counseling.
You need to reconsider some things, because where I'm going, my nigga, we going to nice places and we spending money on nice things. Niggas got on nice clothes. Niggas might have they significant others with them. Like, we not coming here to have this problem, nigga. Like, I'm coming to eat dinner with my lady. Like, I'm going to catch a show with my wife. I'm here with my moms, nigga, and like, my nephews is here. Like, go. You want to go do some hood nigga shit? Go to hood, nigga. I'm not. Go do hood nigga shit on your block. Like, fuck out my face. All right. I'm good with this. All right.
Yeah.
Go get your new JaySin merch. Go do it. Purchase merchandise. Do it. Listen. Go do it. Make it happen. Get a shirt, sweatpants, sweatshirt, t-shirt,
cup, whatever.
Thermal beverage holder.
Anything.
All that.
Thermal.
Everything.
Phone case.
Holiday season. We don't even really make no money off this. This is just to help cover the overhead to keep the show going.
Pretty much. It's all for promo.
So
it's only per promo.
There we go. All right.
A promo.
Ghislaine Maxwell. The closing arguments start on Monday in the Ghislaine Maxwell case. If you don't know who she is, that's Jeffrey Epstein's partner who was federally indicted on all the charges that he killed himself about.
Yes.
Killed himself about.
Yes. We'll say that in quotes, right?
But she is on trial. Closing arguments start tomorrow. She declined to take the stand, which probably is in her best interest. But she had the nerve to be requested that she be called Miss Maxwell instead of the defendant. That is what she has requested that the jurors refer to her as in both courtroom and during deliberations. That is what the prosecutors refer to her as instead of the defendant. You have some nerve. You have some fucking nerve.
I think we could pick either two D's, either Miss Delusional or Miss Disgusting. We can choose one of those two.
You have
those are more fitting.
Fucking, bro, I've never. Okay. I like myself. Okay, I like myself a lot. I think rather highly of myself. Okay. The white privilege that this woman, the white rich privilege, the ungodly, the unfathomable amount of privilege, the unfathomable amount of privilege that this woman
trying to flex
has to believe she has is unreal. You are on trial for sex trafficking, children, for child pedophilia, with all types of shit. Your reputation, you are about to take down hundreds of probably other people, if not dozens of other celebrities. Your co-defendant was offed before y'all could even make it to trial. You are guilty of said crimes and have admitted to said crimes and have the nerve to look niggas in your face and look the judge and the jury in their face and says, you need to refer to me as Miss Maxwell because defendant is beneath her.
Esa tipa está loca. Esa tipa una ratata.
If somebody don't come get this white bitch. If somebody don't come get this white bitch. If somebody don't come get this bitch.
Esa tipa está liqueando de la mente. Yo no entiendo lo que está pasando aquí arriba. No entiendo.
Bro.
La gente son estúpida de naturaleza.
I read this and I don't know if you even remember, Jay. Bro. I sent pre-production to you. I think maybe I sent it to you once. I thought about sending it again, and this was not on there.
Right, it wasn't.
Time.
No, I know.
I kept it off until we got in here, and I was like, I'm not going to talk. I'm not giving this light. I'm not talking about this.
Right, exactly.
And I got in here, and I looked at the screen, and the first thing that popped up was the still. When I pulled it up,
right.
I opened it up, and the screen was there, and I was like, I can't. Like that's somebody giving me a sign. I can't not talk about this. I can't not talk about this.
That's just going overboard, basically. What kind of request is that?
Bro.
Yo, the audacity. Yes. I was a B student.
But exactly, BJ.
Wow. Facts.
Oh man, this is crazy. This is
Or
crazy. It probably gets off here and people call her miss. She might.
probably.
She might, Grace. She might.
More than likely, yeah.
She might.
Oh wow. They throwing shots already. Wow.
You know what's crazy though? Here goes something crazy about this.
How your face changed.
Hold up. I need you to read this. This is me sending one of these Giant fans. Hey, I got a dub on the game.
Bubble.
No need to burst your bubble is payment enough. Right. No need to. Bursting your bubble is payment enough. So that's a way of saying you don't got the bread.
Powerful. We're talking about NFL beef right here.
You're not trying to put no bread on the game, is what you're saying. That's what you're saying. So that's what it say to me. That's what it say to me. You ain't got no faith in your squad. So then I put up on the book. Got 20 on the Cowboys today.
What's up, Giants faithful?
Right. And niggas start copping, please. Ain't nobody making that bet.
Who's that? Dez?
Yes. Ain't nobody making bets. All I'm saying,
Dez is my guy, but why you over there writing paragraphs?
All I'm saying is this nigga right here didn't make no bets. No bets. None.
Hey, BJ, you a Seahawks fan? Who's Kurt Warner?
Fan.
Who's Kurt Warner? Tell me who's Kurt Warner.
You niggas ain't been good since the Legion of whom? Get him out of here. Y'all get him out of here. Get out of here. Go talk to Malcolm Butler. Fuck out of here.
How long you been a fan?
For 4 months. Fan for 4 months. He was a Giant fan last week. Giants and Nick fan.
Giants fan a month ago.
Anyway, this bitch is delusional, so I'm not talking about her anymore.
Delusional is not even the word.
Trevor Noah files lawsuit against this NYC hospital and doctor for alleged botched surgery. This is actually really sad. It came out yesterday. The Daily Show host claims he was the patient of Dr. Williams between August 25th and December 17th of this year. He underwent the surgery on November 23rd of this year. Noah's lawsuit adds that the hospital and surgeon failed to, quote, prescribe proper medications and failed to discontinue certain prescription medications and failed to do proper testing in order to diagnose the conditions. Documents also state that Noah suffered serious personal injury and that are described as a permanent, severe, and grievous. Noah's injuries have allegedly left him rendered sick, sore, lame, and disabled. And since this, the South African comedian has claimed he has suffered a loss of enjoyment for life.
Wow, is that serious? Wow.
What it sounds like to me is they did not tell him the proper healing procedure for his surgery. I don't know whether they were trying to downplay how long he would be healing, but they did. This is just from my history of dealing with surgeries and knowing people in that field, and just my medical. I'm not a doctor, so that's not what I mean. There's my medical background and history of just research. What happens is they go into these surgeries being told by doctors, especially celebrities, they don't want to go away for too long. So a surgery that would usually take a 5-month recovery process A doctor can tell them we can get you back up and moving in 2.5, 3 months, but it's going to take a higher dose of pain medicine for you to be able to function, and then we're going to have to shoot some injection. There's processes in which you're not really healing, you are pain managing.
Correct.
The problem with that is there's a huge risk of becoming opioid dependent, which leads to heroin addiction, which leads to depression, loss of joy, loss of life. Unfortunately, that's what it sounds like Trevor's going through.
Correct.
It sounds like he got into what he thought should have been, because he only had the surgery on the 23rd of November. So for him to already have a lawsuit out on the 18th, and he's been seeing this doctor since August, they've been, if the lawsuit holds any levity, they've been lying to him. And he's already noticed that his healing process is not what they told him it was going to be.
Yeah, and it's not going according to schedule.
That's sad, bro. That is sad.
It is. And I don't know if in certain ways in what you're saying screams malpractice, but it's not a good look. It's not a good look.
That's really sad. And
what he said about Kurt Warner?
He said, "Oh boy, not Kurt. Oh boy, Kurt Warner."
Yeah, but that's the thing. He said he's a Seahawks fan. So there was a player by the name of Kurt Warner, and the Kurt started with the C, not with the K. So he became a Seahawks fan last week.
Don't come here with Sean.
He doesn't know which Kurt Warner I'm talking about.
You know Derek Finner? We're just going to leave that out there. We're just going to leave that there. Anyway.
You know Steve Largent?
Anyway, don't go Google now, nigga. You ain't slick. But I feel bad for Trevor. I feel bad for Trevor, and I don't really want to. If anything, I really just wanted to say that.
Just wanted to send him some positive thoughts.
Yeah, I just want to send positive energy.
Yeah.
I know that the pandemic has weighed heavily on Trevor Noah. It's
actually weighed heavy on a lot of us, bro.
It has. But you ever heard? You ever? I know you've heard the saying "real and recognize real." That's one of the easiest things to say.
Definitely.
And you know how they tell you an addict can recognize an addict a mile away?
Yeah.
A person who suffers from depression can notice someone suffering with depression a mile away.
Definitely.
And he's put on a brave face for a long time. But Trevor has been struggling for a long time. You don't believe me? Go ask him. I guarantee you he tells you the same thing.
Of course. Especially people who are in the limelight, who are in front of cameras. They often have to smile when they're not necessarily in that type of mood to be smiling or laughing or talking with people. So it's very much a struggle, and I can see Trevor, be like waking up in the morning and like, fuck, like this shit again. But I gotta like fix my face, to talk with people, to engage with the public. I have to just be present, but deep down inside and away from the cameras, it's a totally different reality.
I found myself doing very well with my depression in recent times. I have found myself
very happy for that, sir.
I have found myself doing things that keep me. What I've learned about everyone is different. Everyone is different.
Yeah.
What I learned about myself is that I put off self-care a lot, or I put off taking care of my mental in the small ways that on a everyday, just taking 10 minutes of myself to not do shit, or like taking half an hour to eat and not talk to nobody, or just have my silence, just have my moment of silence or whatever, or just smoke and just relax. There's things that I take away from myself on a daily basis when I get busy, um and then I slowly start to fall. And then by the time I get to a place where I realize that I'm falling, I've become stuck in a rut. And then that's where it gets dangerous, because that's where it not just festers, it grows. It it completely embodies you. It completely holds you in, and then you
Takes
sink.
over. It takes
Right,
over.
right. You sink from there. Um, I've done a really good job of never allowing myself in recent and probably like 2 years. I haven't allowed myself to get 2 years as of like next month, for real.
Yeah.
Because Christmas time was very hard 2 years ago. But 2 years, it's probably like 2 years around Valentine's Day. I got out of there, and I never allowed myself to get close enough to that abyss where something could hold me in. I take care of my mental health like I have like a fucking checklist. I make sure that I'm taking care of myself on a daily basis. When I feel something, what is wrong? Why am I feeling this way? Address why you feel this way right now. Like, don't carry this till tomorrow, because that's how it starts. Carrying something over. It can wait till tomorrow. No, it cannot. Not with you. You don't know how to do that.
We have to attack it right then and there.
Right. There was a time when I could do that. I can't do that anymore. You don't know how to let shit go. I don't. I can admit that. I don't know how to let shit go. Once something is in my body and my spirit or my mind, I don't know how to let it go. I must deal with it, and then I'm okay with it. So, as someone who deals with this, watching Trevor and watching what he's going through, I can tell you he's been suffering. And this newfound issue with prescription drugs and doctors not taking what he feels is the correct precaution with him and his health, it's scary. So Trevor,
Where he might wind up, especially from a mental, and emotional standpoint.
right?
So, yeah, we're just taking the time out to send you a lot of positive vibes, a lot of positive energy at this moment in time.
Trevor, we care for you. We just want what's best for you, bro. So get well, heal up. All right.
Definitely, man. I mean, it's, and this goes out to those family members too. Shout out to you, if you're struggling and you're going through something and you're just putting up a mask basically every day.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, man. And if you need to talk, I'm always around.
Yeah, hit me.
And I'll check up on, on you guys as much as I can, basically. Check up on those people that you love, please.
Yep. Please do.
Just make sure that everything is okay, because, through social media, through cameras, through any type of device, it may seem like that person is living life or they're doing well or whatever the case is. But behind those things, behind those devices, behind these phones, you don't know how people are really doing. So please check on your friends, check on your family. Make sure you tell them that you love them. Make sure you tell them that you acknowledge them. Even if you're just thinking about them slightly, just send them a message, send them, any type of text message, at least saying good afternoon. You just never know. One message or just any type of communication can go a long way for that person during that day. And say, oh, wow, I haven't heard from this person in a while and they hit me up today. That can make someone's day.
Big facts. Big facts. All right, y'all. We're going to go. Amazon drivers are still delivering packages in the middle of an active tornado warning in Omaha days after Amazon warehouse workers were killed in an Illinois tornado. The driver who called in to Omaha, the Omaha driver who called into the hub to let them know, hey, there's a tornado warning. What do you want me to do? The people on the phone from Amazon literally told him to keep delivering packages. Oh man, I can't begin to tell you how disgusting that is. That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That is disgusting. I don't really want to talk about what Amazon should or shouldn't do, because we know what Amazon should or shouldn't have done.
Yeah, of course. I mean, unless they were going to give him a separate salary to storm chase.
The loss of lives, man.
It doesn't. It just doesn't make any sense. And by the way, you mentioned that word Omaha, and for some reason, I was thinking about Peyton Manning.
Omaha. But what's sad about this is Amazon could afford to think this way, because if you die, we'll replace you with someone. I
think it's a terrible message, that they're sending out to people. I mean, Adrian, e-pills were a thing back in the day. Right now is about Molly.
So, but yeah, man. So, stop dealing with. I'm convinced that a baby has his phone.
Probably, more than likely.
But yeah, that's not acceptable, and I hold you to a higher standard than that, Amazon. That's disgusting. That is truly disgusting.
Yeah, there's no place for that as well.
First you hear the accusations of they don't want them to stop to piss, then you don't like. That's a lot.
What's happening at this moment is that they're feeding that narrative of that person working for you just being a number.
Yep.
Which is a completely wrong message you want to send out, especially for someone who's out there looking for a job. They're gonna see this, they're gonna read this, they're gonna assimilate it, and they're gonna say, "Nah, I ain't fucking with Amazon."
Not at all. All right, this week in the NFL, BJ's Seahawks is gonna get their ass whooped. The Cowboys is gonna get a dub. The Eagles is gonna take an L. The Chargers already took L's. Joe Buck also took an L.
Definitely.
Ben Roethlisberger needs to hurry up and retire.
He already announced. He actually announced his retirement already.
I know. He needs to hurry up. Yeah. Odell Beckham Jr.
He should have retired a few weeks ago, actually, when he mentioned that.
Odell Beckham Jr.
playing terrible.
Playing.
And Now ODB has showed up these past 3 games. He's had 3 touchdowns in 3 games, so he's doing his thing.
The last game was the only game he broke 50 yards receiving.
Yeah, but at least he's gone into the end zone, which is some credit to him.
I know. I'm giving him credit for that, but I'm not praising him for. You're supposed to be OBJ.
It's not a praise. It's just
like
credit.
You got first and foremost. He's not staying. He's not going to stay there.
Look at Adrian saying and
he's not going to stay there, because as long as he's going to stay there, Cooper Kupp is always going to be the number 1 target.
No, of course, definitely.
And OBJ don't like that. He don't like that, because OBJ last game he had like 8 targets. He caught 5 of them he caught 6 of them for 61 yards,
right,
and a touchdown. That's cool for a pedestrian wide receiver. But Cooper Kupp has 17 targets.
Right. No, he's just going to be targeted a lot more. I feel like Cooper Kupp is in a zone at the moment, literally, as a receiver. He seems to be the most gifted route runner that the NFL has at this current moment, because it always seems like he's open no matter how many people are on him, no matter how many defenders are on him. So I think it's a situation where Odell Beckham, he's coming in to the situation. So he's going to have to learn how to coexist with everything that's going on within the confines of the offense. So he knows that he's going to have to defer to Cooper Kupp, because it's Cooper Kupp's team in a sense. Yeah. Exactly. That's what I meant to say. Thank you.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
It's his receiving corp, basically. So it's like you're coming into his house. It's sort of like when KD went to the Warriors, for instance. It's Steph's team. It was Steph's team. Even though KD, won finals MVPs and all that, in the end, it's still Stephon's team. He left. It's still Steph's team. And that's just it. Things just work that way.
I'm not saying, my thing is, I'm happy OBJ has even been able to play with his injuries and so on and so forth, because he's injury prone to the motherfucker. Mm-hmm. But
it's become very brittle.
But for you, he may now have 130 receiving yards, 130 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns as Odell Beckham Jr. is unacceptable. Not for, if you were the second or third string, that's great. That's great. But and for what they're paying for you right now is amazing. $500,000 for that kind of production, amazing. But you were a 14, 15 million a year guy before this. I need you to perform like that to let me know that you still got it. You still worth that 14 million, because I don't believe you are. I don't believe you are.
It's not about believing, bro. It's the fact that Odell Beckham Jr. is not that type of player anymore. I think that's what we have to come to grips to, due to everything that he's gone through, in terms of injuries and in terms of like controversies and all that kind of stuff. He's just not the same player that he once was,
I don't believe.
And I think ever since that picture that they took on the boat with the rest of the Giants receivers and Trey Songz with shirts off, he's been pure shit since then, and it's like his career has never been the same.
I feel like he is who he is. He's gonna talk shit about his quarterbacks. He's gonna be hurt and throw antics on the sideline. That's who he is. But worse than that to me is that at least when he was doing it and being productive, he had a leg to stand on. He's not worth $14 million a season anymore. He's not worth anywhere close to that. He might be maybe a $7 million a year guy now. I don't know if he's even still a top 20 receiver in the league.
Nah, bro.
He's not trash. I'm not saying he's trash, but
I'd say he's average at this point in time.
Can he be a number one? Yes. He's still good enough. I still think he's good enough to be a number one receiver.
On what team, bro?
That's what I'm about to say. But it wouldn't be on a winning. It wouldn't be on a super good team. He could be the number one on the Jaguars. He could be the number one on
the Jets.
The Jets.
My Jets.
He could be the number one on the Giants again. Like, there are teams that he could go to and he would be the number one.
You said the Giants again. Oh my God.
Like, there are teams he could go to and he would in fact be the number one wide receiver. But he's
that
not
doesn't
a number
say
one.
Fucking much anyway.
Right.
To be a number one receiver for the Jaguars or the Lions is not saying fucking much.
Urban Meyer lost his job already.
That's what he gets for being a pervert.
Urban Meyer thought he was going to come to the league, lead the Jaguars to a championship, and niggas was just going to forget all about the fucked up shit he did in college. No, nigga, we know what you did. Fuck out of here.
Yo, you know what's crazy about Urban Meyer is the fact that he tried to set up a college-like culture in the NFL. Like it was just so weird in a sense, and I already knew I knew this was gonna go to shit as soon as they signed Tebow to like the practice team and they try to like get him on the roster. I'm like, nah, man, this is a sign of like terrible things to come. And he didn't even finish the season, and he just got offed. He just got fired. Like, yo, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Nah, that nigga didn't get it.
Then you have a 18 or like 19-year-old girl on social media taking pictures with him and asking people, who is this guy, because he is flirting with me. It was just terrible. It was just terrible all around. It was a terrible signing for the Jaguars. The Jaguars are just being the Jaguars and doing Jaguar things.
That's the sad thing about it. I feel like with the pieces they have and with who's there, nobody is going to turn the Jaguars around overnight. Nobody. But niggas were just tired of Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
Like, if you were flying under the radar and just being a bad coach, cool.
That's different.
You out here being a bad coach. You sexually harassing people.
It's like the coach for the Lions, for instance. They've only won one game, for instance, but he's not that much of a celebrity, you know? Exactly. He's not out there, you know, talking and like flirting with 18-year-olds. He's not out there trying to like promote his brand of some kind. Like, you know, you could tell he's generally sad every time he's on a press conference because he has to talk to the media about the same loss, basically, that he goes through every week. And I think his name is Dan Campbell. I'm not too sure about folk, but the Lions coach.
Oh,
he has to go. He has to go through it every week, you know, and explain why the fuck his team lost. But it's like you said, Sincere. He's a dude that's totally under the radar. He's not out there, you know, trying to club. You know, he's not out there trying to like bowl and trying to get publicity of any kind. And he's not out there trying to promote any type of brand. So it's like you can, you know, for a guy like that, you know, ownership can give them a chance. But Urban Meyer just didn't give the Jaguars that chance.
Urban Meyer, man. Good luck to you, Urban Meyer, whoever you are.
He's going to go back to broadcasting. And I'm sure at some point he's going to get another opportunity because I feel like there's certain coaches that get too many fucking second chances. Jeff Fisher's another coach as well that's gotten like so many chances, bro. And
bro,
I'm like,
Jeff Fisher get another job, bro.
I'm never watching football again.
Jeff Fisher better not never get another job. Okay.
Kyrie Irving of the
Kyrie
Nets.
back. Now, Kyrie back. I'm not really excited about it. I don't really care much. It's only for road games.
And straight into COVID
Straight
protocol.
into protocol. He's back.
He has to take 5 negative tests.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool. I wasn't prepared for the nigga to play ever. So, once again.
You think the Nets got desperate? Be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not desperation in the fact of, oh my God, what do we do? They lead the East. They're not falling out of contention. Mm-hmm. They got desperate because what's happening is they okay. Hold on 1 second. All right, there we go. Like, for me, they got desperate in the minutes that KD and LaMarcus Aldridge and the guys around them are running. The amount of hours put on your body at that size,
yeah,
it takes a toll on you.
No, it does.
So with people with the normal rotation, even with the normal rotation, and people being out, we had 7 people in this last game, bro.
Exactly.
7. With people being out, 7 people being out.
Somebody got to come in.
Somebody got to come in. Like we're desperate because we don't have anyone to play.
Yeah, there's not enough personnel
There's
out there.
not enough people. So going to get Kyrie was desperation out of necessity. Like, nigga, there's not
Exactly.
enough niggas on the roster.
Like, nigga, come back at
Right.
least for the away games. Like, we
Exactly.
could use you.
We don't have enough niggas on the roster. God damn. So, am I happy about it? I mean, yeah, I'm always happy to get Kyrie back. But, nigga, we already number one. Like, we not.
Right.
Let me explain something to you niggas who, to you Twitter niggas too, that I've been hating on the Nets that I've been going back and forth with my homeboy Graham. What's happening, Graham? I don't give a fuck about niggas talking about the Nets. They only good because they're in the East, and we don't care about the record. They lost to the Bulls twice, and the so okay, that's nice. Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? Not me. You wanna know why? Because we're in the East, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
What that means is we only have to be good in the East. We only got to be the best in the East. We only got to beat the Eastern Conference because when it all comes down to it, that's who we have to play to get to the finals.
Right.
We got to play round after round to get to the finals and play more games than that. I don't give a fuck if the top 6 teams in the NBA are in the West. You want to know why I don't? Because we can only play one of them.
Right.
In the finals. They're going to knock each other off on the way to get to the dance. I'm confident against any team in the league. Any league. I mean, any team. So talking about, if they should have been there, we lead the Eastern Conference. We won enough games to lead the Eastern Conference. When we come out there, it's going to be crazy when we play whoever's in the West because whoever's in the West going to have to beat the Warriors, the Suns, the Lakers.
It's going to be a dogfight over there, basically.
Exactly. And we're going to get them, and they're going to be nice and bruised up, nice and battered up, and we're going to go to work.
Yeah. And I don't know if many people have mentioned this, as of recent, but when you look at the records, just at the records at least between, the Eastern Conference team and the Western Conference teams, there's actually a lot of like similarity. And it's like, it's not like the West is that much better than the East, just this particular year, I think.
Right.
Because I think you have a lot of teams in the Eastern Conference that are emerging, as contenders as well. And it shows with their record. And, I don't think there's a big gap, at least this season, between the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's not a huge gap. So I think people saying, continuing to talk about the East like it's completely nothing, I'd have to disagree. Because, teams like, the Bucks are still in it. Teams like the Heat are still in it. The Bulls are playing exceptionally well as well. The Nets, we don't even have to say because they're at the top of the conference, basically. And you have teams like, like even the Hornets and the Wizards, like they're even making a little bit of noise at least. So it's like I just gave you a handful of teams just now from the East, yep. And there's some of these Eastern Conference teams, believe it or not, that will give these Western teams a run for their money.
And I agree. And
imagine if the NBA set a playoff based on just record and not conference. That would be pretty exciting.
I've been saying that. I think we need to take the top 16 teams in general.
Right. Whether they're from the East or the West.
Exactly.
And just pair them up.
Top 16.
Yeah.
So that will make things interesting. All right, now last topic. Any New Year's resolutions?
I'm not a great believer in resolutions because I can start a resolution at any point. It doesn't necessarily have to be a calendar thing. But I guess if we're going to talk about this, just continue to grow, as an individual, from a psychological standpoint, from an emotional standpoint, from a spiritual standpoint. It's just all about continuing just to grow. And That's all, I ever like desire, as a person, to be quite honest. And just to meet my goals, achieve them, see my family in good standing, in good health. That's all I ever ask for. I don't really care for like the material things, because that's something that it's pretty much secondary to me. Because I feel like if you're just going through a lot, and your life overall is like fucked up, then it's just like you have to kind of like get that fixed first before anything else. You purchasing anything or you buying anything material wise is not going to alter that. But, teach his own, everyone has their own perspective on what their resolutions should be. So,
agreed. I have one resolution.
It is what it is.
I have one resolution. That's it. Mm-hmm. My New Year's resolution is to grow the business entities I already have.
Okay. And that's perfectly fine.
That's it. So grow listeners for the podcast and
just continue to grow.
That's it. Continue growing listeners for the podcast and the music. That's it. Continue to be better. Continue to invite people to listen and be part of what we do here. And I think relationships are more important than like a relationship is more important than any costume or any nonsense or any payment that you can give someone, because a relationship is if done right forever.
Yeah, exactly.
So if I get just an example, if I get if I do a really good job, like of dealing with and introducing us as a marketable podcast and us doing this and that, and they go, yeah, we want this, and they buy into the belief, that's one thing. If they pay us to just put them on the show for a couple days, that's different. Right. I want to build. I am tired of taking sponsorships. I'm ready to build.
Exactly.
That is where I am. So my resolution is to build this bigger than it has been already.
Of course. And I wish that same energy as well, even for your personal brand, Sincere, as an artist. I wish you, a lot of growth in this upcoming calendar year as well. Definitely.
I appreciate that. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this completes our 99th episode. Jay, we've done it, bro.
99 episodes. 99 episodes. On to 100.
The 100th episode, we will keep you guys posted. We will be giving away. I know we have a Google Echo. I know we have that. We're
going to be giving away some other goodies too.
Yeah. I know there's a Amazon gift card, and we'll see what else we got to give away to the people. We'll be giving away different things. Please stay tuned, and we will let you know when we're doing the 100th listening event. It more than likely will not be on a Sunday morning, but we will see. We'll see.
And it's definitely not going to be this year, pod folks. So,
no,
just to let you know.
It will be after January 3rd or 4th. It will be after that sometime.
Correct.
Okay? All right,
and please, pod folks, be safe, stay healthy, enjoy your holidays. Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Happy New Year.
Subscribe. Go buy the merch. Subscribe. Go buy
Follow us on all the audio platforms.
Follow us. Convos tomorrow on the OT on Convos.
8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
IG, Facebook, all the good shit.
All that. Spotify.
Yeah.
SoundCloud. Apple Podcasts.
Boom.
We out.